Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Asha Knows Best, and today I wanted to talk about an unfortunate event that had happened in Hemet, California. It was a lady by the name of Shannon, a mother of three and also a wife. Unfortunately, she lost her life due to someone not knowing how to use their words, but lashed out in anger because her and her husband asked a male and female if they can do their drugs elsewhere and not do that by their kid's window, which should not have been a problem, but unfortunately it was. And I want you guys to take a look at the video and I want you guys to tell me what you think. And then after that, we're going to discuss the situation. We're going to go over it and we're going to talk about ways that things could have been done differently. But here we go. Here's a video right now.
Yes, and let me tell you, this is crazy. The husband tells me that Monday night they stepped out of their apartment, which is right there in the corner, because they had noticed some people had parked over here. He says they were doing drugs, and they stepped out to ask him to move down the street because their children's window faces that side. Next thing he knows, his 28-year-old wife is dead. Watch.
She was my pride and joy. She was my rock, my best friend, the love of my life, the mother to my children.
Cody Wims is talking about his wife, Shauna. The mother of three young children was by all accounts devoted to her family. Monday night, they noticed people doing drugs just outside their South Gilmore apartment.
And we came out because they were parked in front of our children's window. And we told them to move, to pull up the street, just get out of the peripherals of our kids' window. They didn't want to move.
Candles marked the spot where there was an argument, and witnesses say a woman took out a knife and attacked Shauna, killing her. Witnesses also say the suspect and a male took off on the silver Nissan, pulling a trailer you see on this security video obtained by Fox 11.
I've never seen them before. I've just told them to leave.
Cody and everyone who knew Shauna are in shock.
I can't believe that someone...
Okay, so as you guys see, what happened. Okay, now this is the thing. When there's people doing drugs, we gotta understand that times out of 10, they have issues. They're not in their right state of mind. So for whatever reason, they're not even responsible enough adults to not be reckless. And I can see this as me being a parent. Of course, if I see someone doing drugs or doing anything inappropriate and I'm in the comfort of my own home and this is happening outside my window, I have done that at a time. Like, excuse me, can you get off my window? I have done that. And fortunately enough, nothing has happened that's tragic. But at the same time, now going forward, by this happening, it made me be more aware of, like, wait a minute, that could have went totally left. What could have I done differently in a situation so things like that won't happen? Because it's naturally a thing to want to protect your kids. So I cannot fault her or her husband for doing that because I've done it. But the thing is that we cannot do that, and we have to use our resources, like calling the police. The police is our friend in situations like this. That is what their job is for, is to come out and de-escalate things. Maybe the family was thinking, like, you know what, maybe I can just talk to them. They're doing drugs. I don't want them to go to jail. Because a lot of times when you're trying to be the nicer person, you're like, you know what, it could be worse, so I'm going to give them this option. Sometimes you can't do that. You got to do what fits best for you. I guarantee you they were thinking, like, hey, you know what? They're doing drugs. I don't want to call the police and get everything, thrown out of whack. Let me just let them know. But by them just trying to be able to communicate to people, thinking that, hey, okay, no problem. I'm going to go down the street. There's nothing, no hard feelings. They couldn't do that. They had to sit there and fuss with these people about doing drugs in front of their house. Think about how crazy that sounds. What makes you think that you have the right to do drugs in public in front of someone's house, in front of their kids? You know what I feel like happened? I feel like they trigger something. Because maybe those two people, they abandoned their kids for drugs. And by them saying, hey, don't do drugs in front of my kids, they felt some kind of way about that. What other reason would it take for someone to lash out because someone is saying, hey, can you please respect me and my family, and do that elsewhere? The only way I can think for a person to lash out and want to take someone out and repeatedly hurt someone with a weapon is someone that you had to trigger something. They did something with their kids. They're not responsible. They're not protecting their kids. And by them seeing it, it's like they seen themselves, but in a better form. And they're like, you know what? I'm not taking care of my kids. I'm going to make it to where your family is broken like mine, because hurt people hurt people. These are all my opinions, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not too far off from that, because there was no reason for someone to lash out and get that upset because someone's saying, hey, can you respect me and my family? Only thing I can say about this situation that we should learn something from this. We need to learn. It's so unfortunate that this family had to be broken like this because the mother she was trying to protect her family and her kids, and this is the outcome. And we cannot, unfortunately, in life, we can't get do-overs. We can't come back once things happen. But one thing that we all can do is learn from the situation. When a situation is too much for us to deal with, or it can turn the wrong way, or these people, when it's any way that you do not really want to be bothered with it, you don't want confrontation, just call the police. Call the police. Let the police do their job. We just gotta call the police, And unfortunately, if they got things on them, weapons, drugs, whatever they got, you call the police and they get in trouble, oh well, then maybe they shouldn't have done that. Maybe they should have, went elsewhere. Maybe maybe they should rethink their decisions, because we have to protect ourselves and our family, but we have to do it the smart way, because unfortunately, we're in a time where people don't use their words. They use weapons. You say something that somebody don't like, they want to hurt you. They don't want to talk about it. They want to find some way to permanently hurt you. So we all must learn from this situation. When there is a situation, whether you're at home, a neighbor's house, out in public, wherever it is, if you feel like there's going to be a confrontation, don't be afraid to call the cops. And don't tell them, let's say, I'm about to call the cops. Go somewhere where you feel safe and call the cops. I mean, it's just that simple, because this is not cool. There's a whole family that got to go without a mother, and it seemed like she was a really good friend, a good wife, a good mother, obviously, because she's protecting her family, and this is the outcome of it. Why? Because she loved her kids and she didn't want them to see a bad influence. So by her doing that and not wanting to call the police and get them in trouble, and just thought that they'll be simple minded people and be like, okay, that makes sense. We don't want to do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't, no hard feelings, and leave. They decided to put up a fight and then take this woman away from her family. And that is so unfortunately, no, sorry, that's unfortunate. But you know what? Like I said, let's all learn from this. And when there's a situation going on, please just call the cops. Just call the cops, okay? Don't fight with people. Don't argue with them, because people are not talking. They're using weapons, okay? And we don't need to be losing our families or lose ourselves from our families, be taken away for stupidity, okay? We can't. Because even if this lady if it would have been the other way around and she took the other lady, the other person out, and guess what? She still would have to go through all the legal procedures and all that. So let's just avoid this stuff, please, guys. And please just, if there's a confrontation, there's something going on and you don't like, don't take it to your own hands. Don't confront them. Call the police. Let the police do their job. But anyways, can you guys tell me how you feel about the situation? And please comment down below and let's talk about it. And tell me what you think. And rest in peace. Rest in peace to this beautiful lady. And hopefully her family get through it. And best wishes for everything. Best wishes to her family to getting through this. Hopefully they can overcome this tragedy and have a successful, healthy life. And please, let's find out who did this. If you guys have any information, please let someone know. The little clip showed the person with their little trailer and that truck. If you guys know any information, please help this family, because they do need closure. I'm so sorry that this had to happen for them. But please, guys, in the comment section, like, comment, subscribe, and like I said, let's talk about it, you guys. And always remember, Asha knows best.